Thank you for watching this short video about the Lynx secure photo management software application. Lynx has been around for 20 years and has been used on thousands of projects of all sizes to save time, money, and resources. By standardizing and streamlining your photo documentation process, with Lynx you have a very easy way for personnel who take photographs to be able to upload, tag, and file the images to their projects. If you're taking images with your cell phone or tablets, you can also download the mobile application either on the iTunes App Store or the Google Play Store. Tagging your images is very simple. You can give them captions, obviously the photographer so we know who took the photograph, any notes that you'd like to put in. And then your company can create their own custom search fields that allow you to very quickly and easily tag the photos with the information that you need for your company for this particular project. So that's all there is to it. Now all of those images have been brought into our secure system, and if we view them, we can of course see all of the information, the original date and time the photograph was taken, so it doesn't matter when you upload into Lynx, it's always going to grab the original date and time from the metadata off of the image. Here's all our custom notes that we put on the images, including our custom search fields. And in addition to that, we grab all of the meta and EXIF data from the image itself. So you're always going to know what camera, make, model, GPS coordinates, anything and everything that the camera provides is going to be brought into the system along with the photograph. They say a picture is worth 1,000 words, and this could not be more true, especially when you're documenting your construction projects. Remember, photographs are your best form of documentation because they're not subject to interpretation like written documentation, such as daily field reports and other written documentation that can and always will be subject to interpretation, or it can often conflict with somebody else's written documentation of events. However, the photograph is not subject to interpretation. And images are universal. There's no language barrier. Anyone can look at the photographs and see for themselves exactly what the conditions were for any phase or activity. And if you can always see the true date and time that the photograph was actually taken, then there's no wiggle room. The images tell the whole story and simply show what is or what was at a specific date and time. It's not subject to interpretation. That is, unless your images are in an unsecured environment where they can be inadvertently edited, altered, resized, renamed, or deleted. With digital photography, this is extremely easy to do. So here you can see a roadway with nothing wrong with it at all. But just that quick, you could see how I was able to hide the cracks in the road, the vehicle, and this is just using Microsoft Paint, a very basic photo editor that comes with every version of Windows. So it's important to know that the visual documentation is secure and tamper-proof, because if your photographs are in an unsecure environment, then they can be inadvertently edited, altered, renamed, resized, or even accidentally deleted. And remember, these are not vacation, scenery, or hobby photographs. These images are documentation that you will need for your records. You'll be using them to see work in progress, critical path and milestone completions, resolve scheduling disputes, and unfortunately you may even have to use these photos in court to protect yourself against costly claim and litigation situations. So losing these images or having them altered, renamed, or moved to another location where you can't find them can be absolutely catastrophic. Unfortunately, most companies think that their images are secure by putting this invaluable and critical photo documentation into folders and subfolders on local machines or flash drives, removable drives, cell phones, cloud systems, and even if your company does standardize on one application or method to store all of your project images, they most likely are not stored in a secure, tamper-proof environment like the Lynx digital photo management software application does. They most likely do not have an audit trail that shows you exactly who's acquired the image, viewed it, printed it. It gives you a complete chain of custody of all of your photo documentation. And the reason for this is kind of what we touched on earlier. Most all photo management systems inherently are photo editing systems because they're being marketed to the biggest mass market. And the vast majority of photographs are being taken for personal reasons where people do want red eye removal and touch-up features and so on. But in construction documentation, it's the absolute opposite. When we're documenting our construction projects, we not only want tamper-proof visual documentation, but we also want to make sure that it retains all of the original metadata information from the device that took the camera. We want to make sure that we have a complete audit trail showing chain of custody of that image if we ever do have to use it for claims and litigation. We want a very easy, simple tool that allows us, as you saw earlier, to grab, tag, and upload images, and then later to be able to go back and find images instantly by anything, by photographer, by date range, by your custom search fields, or all of the above. So for example, right now, if we just want to see the electrical work, we can just add that. If we want, we can pick a date range or not, or just search for all electrical work, and that quickly it's filtered down through all of our images, and we're looking at just the 14 that match that result. Our breadcrumb trail makes it extremely easy to just go back to the previous screens, right on back to our thumbnails where all of our images are kept. So not only can you upload, tag, and file quickly, you can also retrieve and find images instantaneously. One of our most popular features with Lynx is the ability to seamlessly integrate with all of our other applications that we use to manage our construction documents. For example, if I want to pull up a daily field report for November 24, 2017, I can just simply select the images in Lynx for that day, create a link them right to my daily field report, and then if anybody clicks on that link in the daily field report, it'll instantly bring up all of the images for that day or that daily field report. Likewise, I can link images to schedules, CAD drawings, create visual punch lists for contractors. Let's say I want to look at the filtration systems right from my scheduling application. I just click on the link, and now we're looking at all of the filtration photos for the project, and right now there's 32. By seamlessly integrating all of this, Lynx makes it so that the data ebbs and flows with all of your other applications. For example, now, if we go right back to our upload screen that we were just at earlier, if any of our site personnel now go select images, upload them to their project, and then tag those images filtration in this example, not only in the project here, but without us doing anything anywhere. Now when somebody goes back to that P6 schedule and clicks on filtration system, you'll notice there's now 36 images instead of 32. And here are the new images that were just uploaded by one of our field personnel or employees. These links can be embedded throughout multiple applications, so we just looked at all of the filtration images through a scheduling application. Let's jump over to our CAD drawing and let's click on filtration. And it's the same link with the same photos. So not only does the data automatically ebb and flow with all of your other applications without you having to do anything or any work, but it can seamlessly integrate with multiple applications. It's also very easy to mark up your images without ever tampering with your original tamper-proof images. Think of it like a clear plastic layer that you can load on top of the image or just jump right on back to your original tamper-proof image. In addition to that, with our proprietary compression technology, Lynx will allow you to store 10 times the amount of images in the same amount of disk space. So now instead of taking up 10 gigabytes to store these images, it'll only take up 1 gigabyte. There are many other features to the Lynx digital photo management software application, and I really appreciate you taking this sneak peek along with us to see how easy it can be to not only find your images, grab and tag your images and upload them, but also how easy it is then to view your images, share your images with any project partner, and link your images to any other application that you use to manage your construction projects. Thank you again so much for watching, and if you'd like a more in-depth presentation, we'd be happy to do a one-on-one demonstration with you to show you all of the features of Lynx, answer all of your questions, and go over your specific project needs so that we can assist you in the best way possible.